A dangerous creature lurks in Playing Crazy, destroying everything it sees. Everybody hates them. No player is safe from them. And if you see one, pray it doesn't come after you. Shredders. They have terrorized the game since their creation on 2020. Over the years, they've only become stronger, faster, and more unpredictable. Many players try to stop them, and with enough skill, they pushed them back. But everything changed in a single update when one man revealed a terrifying evolution of the Shredders. But that evolution doesn't come close to what these Shredders are truly capable of. Because somewhere out there is a secret organization built Shredders so deadly that a single blade touch vaporizes any build. Some even defy the laws of reality. And now, they are after me. Despite all of this, a friend told me that there is a way to actually beat them. So with the info I was told, the plan was very simple. Build something that can easily stop Shredders and fix every issue that allowed Shredders to destroy us. And so, with the best engineering skills I got, I built a ball. I mean, you know, it was a simple start, but the ball had something special. Inside the ball, there was a hidden turret which had a lot of weapons, and the ball's foundation was made out of TNT. And if you don't know, they can't be destroyed against cutters, which the Shredders loves to hug you with it. And with the rest of the empty spaces, I filled all of them with paint blocks. This block was very important for our design. So on that day, I was hosting a build hangout on my Discord server, and I found some Shredder users. So I convinced them to shred the ball. Alright, so it kinda worked, but it got some issues. The build could withstand a shredder, but it took too much damage before I could even destroy it. Even worse, they are somehow slicing through the entire build. So maybe I just needed to add more armor. And you know what? The same thing happened again. One thing's for sure, what my friend told me to do was working. Well, if you haven't guessed already what I'm showing, yeah, this is what we're gonna do to Shredders. But still, we still got a problem. Yeah, they. So let me take y'all a little history lesson, because this wasn't my fault. It's what some of these Shredders can do. And some of them had enhanced cutters. To put it simply, they did some gameplay wizardry with the Shredders and allowed their blades to become lightsabers. It doesn't even matter if your armor is thick and strong, they will slice through it no matter what you do. So I did a little bit of research and found out how modern tanks armor their tanks. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make some spaced armor around our ball. So I tried to build it, but I never got to finish it because the design was becoming too heavy. Even though I built a quarter of the armor, I still did a test. And you know what? It actually works. The bad news, it's still too heavy. You see, for it to move, there are rockets inside the ball to move wherever I go. But this itself couldn't move the ball. It needed a gravity slider. But it only works on private servers. For me to use this fully, I need to pay $3, which I don't got. So this is not gonna work. And without it, it's just gonna be sitting there and be a target practice for Shredders. So, I completely gave up on the design. So you're probably wondering, why are Shredders so feared that one creator's video about them got him cyberbullied into oblivion? So in Playing Crazy, there are 6 weapons you can use. We have guns, rockets, fireworks, TNTs, and flamethrowers. Projectile weapons you can lob at other people, and they can be destructive in their own ways and be used in far ranges. Last but not least, cutters. They are pretty easy to use, and it's in their name. Go up to something and cut them. Now, cutters in itself isn't a problem. I mean, if somebody tries to hug you with cutters, you can easily just destroy them from a mile away. The problem is what you can do in this game. Plain Crazy is the only game where the knife always beats a gun in a fight. So when these things first came out, they were pretty annoying. Like, imagine something just ziggity-zaggating all the way to you just to face hug you to death. But you can beat it with almost anything, just don't miss a lot. And they can only move forward and fly similar to a plane. Annoying, but perfectly balanced. Just don't let them get close to you and you're okay. This was only the beginning, because in the same year, ball shredders were introduced. So unlike the first shredders, this is where everything just basically went downhill from here. Omnidirectional shredders, or omnis, or ball shredders for short, was literally a build ahead of its time, because unlike other builds that followed the basic rules of Plain Crazy, this shredder can move anywhere, shoot anywhere, and destroy anything it sees. The little one was kinda balanced. If you know how to dodge and shoot your shots right, you can definitely beat it. But if you see the big one, man, you're kinda cooked, not gonna lie to you. The speed it reached shouldn't even be possible in the first place. Because the shredder was using a glitched engine, it had no speed limit. Anything on the ground would be instantly vaporized. Anything that flies needed to pull off so many Top Gun maneuvers to even dodge and do damage on it. Because the ball shredders almost had no weaknesses. Even in the hands of an average player, they can literally wipe out entire servers with it. These shredders weren't even the strongest, because the ones I was actually worried about, they were lurking in the darkest depths of Plain Crazy. Alright, so these shredders didn't just break builds. They broke the game itself. Teleportation, move at the speed of sound, total annihilation of your builds by a simple touch, immune to water, and they defy the laws of physics completely. There's a faction that built all types of overpowered shredders, with some of their members responsible for building the shredder that started it all. And they were after me. And it all started because of one video. The scoliosis ball, I'd like to call it now, did one thing right. It actually stopped shredders the moment they shred the ball. But there were two big problems with it. It was too heavy and a bit slow. The ball costed about 2,500 blocks in total. Now that doesn't look much, but with its absolute typewriter game engine, the game folded. So we needed something a bit thinner. So Tutu, the man who gave me the shredder stopper solution, told me to get my shredder. Yes, I had one. I built this shredder from this video because it was something I had to do with it for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, the shredder was made to give every player fear. Because this shredder can let me point wherever I want to go at crazy speeds, and has enhanced cutters. This shredder can literally destroy any server in Plain Crazy. But for us, a good idea in the making. So we literally removed its blades by replacing it with a big paint block platform so we can do experiments. The paint block froze shredders because it had multiple parts in one block. And because cutters are a jumbled mess that gets a stroke if it shreds too much, Tutu told me there were several more that did better. So we basically grabbed every block we knew with multiple parts and slapped a few of them on the big platform. So we began testing each one, and soon enough, water wheels were the laggiest. For the sake of it, we gave the core of the shredder a bunch of rods of water wheels for another test.
Oh no! Oh no, dude! How bad is it?
It's still skyrocketing.
It works, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Make that your official one, dude! It's easy to build!
And yes, it gave the shredder a stroke. But us too. We were moving in slow-mo every time I actually try to do something, but the point is we can actually combine both paint blocks and blocks like water wheels to give shredders a severe heart attack while costing less blocks. And this was a huge win. So CSA was after me for one reason. And the reason... So I wanted to create something new. In a meta where being small and fast made you deadly, I wanted to prove that meta wrong. So I made this. A jet that held every single weapon you could ever think of, in secret. So I vaporized every single thing that I saw from above, including shredders. So I showed it to everyone, and a lot of people actually liked it. Except the shredder community. And the person who told me about this said that me destroying those random shredders was basically an act of war against them, and they put a bounty on my head. So anyways, every encounter I had with CSA members always got me on the run to hopefully shoot back or just... I even had a battle against 5 of them, and somehow I fought them off, but the big problem was I wasn't just fighting skilled players anymore. I was fighting players who knew everything about the game, every data, every code, every mechanic. They use its flaws to create game-breaking tech that competes with exploits or destroys servers with a click of a button. Knowing what Tutu gave me, I need to make a creation that could compete against shredders or destroy them altogether, because if this fails, then what?
New community.
So, what is going on here? Basically, we somehow snuck into CSA's secretive Discord server. Originally, I was gonna go off and build the anti-shredder again, but I kinda felt bored. And I actually want to get back into building because the last build I made was 3 months ago. So I started building this spaceship, and I got a few people building with me, and that's because one of my friends opened up a new Discord server where all the best builders in Playing Crazy got together. And they would also help out the players who actually wants to get better at building, and he wanted me to promote it. So I did, because it was for a good cause, and the server blew up and actually got a lot of members. So how does this tie in to us sneaking into CSA? Well, because of one troll. This guy joined Lancelot for the sake of just literally rage baiting. So I started to play along and, just do the same thing as he was doing. And eventually, I got an idea. This guy is a CSA member, and I know this because someone told me. And I wanted to do a little investigation. Somehow, this guy convinced the troll to give him the CSA server invite, and we eventually snuck into their secretive Discord server.
Please work. Get a verified age.
And after a bit of more speech 100,
He's very suspicious.
It worked. It worked.
What?
we eventually got full server access. So we started going through all the channels in CSA, you know, just to see what they're up to. But we don't have a lot of time, because the admins are questioning how Theo, I like calling him Theo, but his name is the OG, even got into CSA in the first place. And they wanted answers.
I saw him in. I'm just being honest. I saw him in Lancelot. I DM'd him about his shredder. He posted.
No, wait.
And what they normally post in the server is, you know, glitching the game, showing off their shredders, and teaching other people how to make their shredders stronger. But another thing they like to do is player hunting.
What the hell? Hit list?
Guys, shut up. Guys, listen. Group chat was going wild because of what they saw. So let me point this straight. Basically, with this hunt list, or whatever, they do two things with this information. They hunt you repeatedly for joining a plain crazy server, or crash you off the server completely. And that's the reason why I wanted to fight them head on when I first met them. But the reason why I was here in the server in the first place was for the shredders. What did they look like? How powerful was it? And what can it do? This would give me an idea on how to make the next anti-shredder design. But you know what's interesting? They know that paint blocks are laggy, but they only used it as a troll weapon, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I got everything I need to make the next prototype, and Theo will keep us updated on what CSA is doing. So we know what CSA is capable of, and what they don't know. The question is, can we use something we learned to beat them? So looking at these shredders, they are pretty powerful. The fact they all exist in one server is kinda scary by the looks of it. But it also gave me the next idea. You know that one experiment where I forced my shredder to go through, I don't know, like 5 stages of brain aneurysm? That doesn't even make any sense, but whatever, we'll go through with it. We can actually use it for something. So with the same core, I spaced out each line, forming to a giant grid square, and layered them with a bunch of gyros. Now gyros has a lot of pieces in them, and it will hopefully give us a better chance at freezing shredders. So hey, let's go destroy some shredders. Oh shit, it actually worked?
Are you really the strongest shredder user? I meant like tech abuser.
Just touch me, you'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to do, honestly. Like I like my cutters bounced off. I'm confused, honestly. What was that supposed to do?
Look at your ping.
Yeah, it's slightly laggy. Not too bad.
Oh no, it's not that.
Oh, never mind. Bro, what do you...
The prototype was doing its magic. Now I got a small bit of lag, but nothing too much, and it was actually blocking shredders at least. And sometimes, it freezes the shredder as well. But not for long. Because for that to happen, most of my strands must be shredded. But if I lose my main defense, and the shredder unfreezes, well, disappointment. Here's the worst part. The strands would get destroyed if shot in the right spot. Here's the thing. I don't know how many prototypes I can burn through before CSA finds out what I'm trying to do. Back to the drawing board. As you can see, my brain is kinda deep fried on what to do next. So let me tell you, there have been many attempts at building the anti-shredder, but in reality, the anti-shredder was a title that people gave to their builds that sometimes destroyed shredders. They came in many forms, but the most common are a shredder destroying another shredder, a core build, a weird contraption that doesn't work, and finally, missiles. But other than the first example, destroying the shredder before it sees you, or waiting for it to stop, is literally the best way to destroy it. Because once it locks onto you, you better start running. Because once the shredder finds a way to stop you from running, then you have already lost. You know, there was a build that came really close to being worthy of claiming the Anti-Shredder title. They were called Warpers. Basically what you're seeing right now are 2 clips I found on YouTube of the Warper. But these were early designs and wasn't really warping, they were just like the design of the Warper. But okay, let me put it straight. The Warper was basically a fast flying potato that flew at light speeds, warping in and out to overwhelm and destroy shredders. And for a while, it was actually working. The shredder community was struggling to beat Warpers in the first place. But you know, there was a problem. There was a massive big problem actually. Because speed was its specialty, shredders can do it too. Once the shredder community understood how the Warpers worked, they started recreating the Warper and then built a hybrid around it of not only being fast like the Warpers, but now it has shredder blades. If the shredders can warp, what good does it do for the Warper itself? Now, according to a friend, there was a duel to prove which was better, the shredder or the Warper. The fight took so long, nobody knew who even won that duel in the first place. Keep in mind, I am telling you the snippets of history around this, and there's actually more than you realize. But anyways, back to the Warpers. The Warpers were owned by Alliance for Suppressing Toxicity. But in a war against a shredder faction, Omnibug Laboratories, they fell apart due to serious drama among the group. And when the group disbanded, the Warpers were soon forgotten. But only its warping ability. To this day, everybody at some point was using the Warpers' tactics and design to defeat shredders, without knowing it has failed against them 3 years ago. So what haven't we tried yet? Shredders dominated playing crazy because of a few reasons. Firstly, the tech you can create in this game, mostly the glitch engines, and because cutters are a very simple weapon, it also became the most dangerous. So let me break it down for you. For ranged weapons to do damage, it needs to check for a few things for the build to take damage. Cutters, only 2. There is a shredder man who explains it best with one meme. This is what you have to do to destroy shredders. The shredders W. That is a very big problem. So somehow, we need to make it simpler for the game to let us hit fast moving shredders. So, if we put a lot of pain blocks on our design, the game will slowly start having a stroke. And sure, we do freeze shredders, but assuming if we're fast enough to do it so. If we put less, we'll be faster, but it wouldn't do good enough to stop shredders. So what if there's a way to combine these 2 solutions? So let's go over everything we've learned so far. The shredder has 2 main parts, the core and the blades. Remove the blades, now they're called an Omnibug, which AST tried to use to basically defeat shredders. But unfortunately, they quickly adapted, and the Warpers just sucked at dealing with shredders. So we needed to add something special. Not speed, not power. We needed to add something more. So with all the brain cells I had left to make this one design, I present to you the spatula. Alright, so what's special about this masterful design I got here? Well, it's lighter, faster, and basically better than the last prototype. You're probably interested on this very long little platform I got here. Well, this was what I need to destroy shredders. So whatever my last brain cells cooked up, will this design work?
Okay, so I just got bounced back. I think I fixed it.
It was all part of the plan. So what about the shredders that CSA uses? It was honestly surprising that the new design was actually working. As you can see now, this little garbage platform was a shield to literally just swat shredders. Not only did it keep me from dying, dealing damage to shredders is going to be much more simpler. The best part about this simple design, it still froze shredders. Even though the stun was kinda short, because I was now faster, it was all I needed to take them down. As long as I don't get too close, or let them get to the side and the back, everything should be okay. I was holding my ground, and a CSA member complimented my new design. Everything was good, but everything changed when he joined. Alright, so how did everything change when he joined? Basically, I will call this man Voidwalker, because he is one of the best and strongest shredder users in Playing Crazy, being the second in command of CSA. But what I was worried about Voidwalker is he has an unkillable shredder. Not only is it unkillable, this shredder moves so fast, his blades will eradicate anything with one touch. And with the CSA member telling him my new creation, how will Voidwalker respond?
Anyways, Godbalder unban me.
Huh?
Yeah, AOA can't handle my swag.
Pause! What is that?
Spicy paddle.
And there goes my ability to fight.
Huh?
Your visual glitched.
My creation glitched, and I went invisible. And because I want to have a fair fight, we decided to end it there. So I wanted to duel Voidwalker once more, but before I can do that, somebody decided to give the game a massive stroke, and there goes my game. So I showed Tutu my new creation, and he told me that I was on the right track. Something new, something better than the warpers which fell apart when the shredders adapted. The great thing about the anti-shredder is that shredders cannot use it. Well, this was his words, not mine. This right here had my hopes up. With parrying being its main ability, I don't have to worry about stunning them just to destroy them easily. So I wonder how we can make this even better. So like I said, the current build is actually doing pretty good, but we can make it a little bit better. So while I was thinking, out of nowhere, Voidwalker and another clown decided to show up and started to build their shredders. Kind of forgot that they had his private server in secret. So you know what? It was actually perfect to test the current build to see how many problems we can fix. So I asked him for a duel.
Oh no. No, he got stuck. He got stuck. Please let me shoot him. No! Yes! He's frozen, he's frozen, he's frozen. Yes! No, what the fuck? He didn't have his PvP on, you ass, bro. I made him quit because I fucking lagged him. Dude!
Oh, he is dead.
It should be good.
No, you know what you should do?
Again? He hit me again, dude. Dude, come on. I know you want more, bro. Get over here. Oh, you hit me again? Come on. Shoot. No, I missed. No. No, what the fuck game? Dude, I hate this. I hate how this PvP works, dude. Oh, wow. I lost that one because my fucking shot off my motor.
That's why I told you to make the thing. Did you hear me what I said?
Yeah. Okay. Let's make the tube. Let's see what happens when we include that tube, dude. I'm just adding armor just for test. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Definitely not adding more weakness on your thing. Okay, I got the second armor ready, dude. We're gonna paint this all white. Boom. It has, I gave it 1,000 blocks. Let's see how laggy this is. Oh, I have a decreased maneuverability. I don't know about that one. I think putting more paint blocks is very laggy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, he froze. I think this game's lying to me. I think he did. Did he? He left. He left the server. He froze. He left. Let's go. Dude, the fucking surround wall actually fucking works. He touched a bit of it. He fucking died.
Turns out that armor is a super weapon.
Dude, if I win this, oh no. Oh no, dude, I think, yeah, he's using guns on me now. He's using guns instead.
If he's turned invisible, it's his problem.
Oh, yeah, let me,
No, he's gonna use guns on you, you're gonna turn invisible.
Yeah, true. Yup. I hit him. Yeah, and he's lagging, and he's fucked, Yup, dude, I destroyed him. I destroyed this
you
guy.
like my new tech?
In Roblox, the amount of things that he makes. Oh dang.
I think it is for store.
Yeah, he's using a jet now. He's using a jet.
If only you actually managed to make him use a jet. Never seen that fucker use a jet.
Oh, direct hit.
Avoid anti-shredder.
Oh, come on, bro. He went invisible. Oh my gosh, dude. It's pretty clear to say that his shredders don't stand a chance against this. I mean, he could just use a jet the whole time we're duking this out, but that's gonna be too boring. I want this to be a lot more interesting. So I convinced him to use his unkillable shredder. So now I've convinced him to go all out. The question was, how does one begin to beat an unkillable shredder? But Tutu told me, it was in fact killable.
You should technically be able to beat him, but you have to be accurate with your things.
Yeah, let me
You have to anchor right before you hit too. But here's the other thing. You have to have a 360 protection you need to make the barrel.
I started covering the entire thing, making it into a long tube. You know the title of the video said that I used a box against these things? Well, this is the box I was talking about, and it's a long one. But anyways, this is gonna be the biggest test for the anti-shredder. Just one mistake, one wrong move, and I would lose the battle. The plan was simple. Go out there and anchor myself so I don't get flung to the 4th dimension when his blades touches me, wait for him to show up, and then use everything I got to basically just send him to the 4th dimension also. Moment of truth. Begin.
Let's see. Let's do the test. Let's
But the
see.
thing is, you would be more powerful if you had your
He hit
orb.
me. He
your
hit me.
orb.
He hit me. Oh, fucking turd, you piece of shit. He
Yeah,
hit
but
me, you
did you
sick.
anchor?
Shoot. Yes, I'm shooting him right now. Bro, I'm shooting him. I'm shooting him. I'm shooting him. I'm shooting him. I hit him. I hit him. I hit him. No, he escaped. He escaped. Anchoring again.
Yeah, anchor.
I'm anchoring again. Hey, I got hit. I got hit. I got hit. Anchoring again. Anchoring again. He did no damage. He did no damage, Tutu.
The simple plan was working, and we were doing damage to the unkillable shredder. But things always don't work perfectly, and he made things a bit more complicated.
Here's a counter. Hold on.
Where's his counter?
He's phasing in and out. He's phasing in and out and shooting me with rockets. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Oh, okay, so you can use rockets, huh? Yeah, you're gonna have to use the
Come
orb.
on. I got him up here. I got him to up here. I got him up here. Come on. I gotta rub it on him. I gotta rub it on him. Yes. Yes, sir. Yep. Dude, my thing is not shooting him properly.
Still, just keep shooting.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
cares?
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
missiles, whatever. You got him to freeze, man.
Oh,
Is
man.
it still frozen?
He's still frozen, but he's very very finicky. He's very finicky.
Yeah, he's gonna be still teleporting because his surge makes him go faster than any frame rate. It makes him go at 60 per frame. So basically he goes at, like, he moves every frame, no matter what happens.
Okay, so the only hope we have is we lag him so much he has to leave. He appeared out of nowhere. Let's shoot him. He appeared. He hit me.
You unanchored?
Yeah, I'm unanchored. I'm shooting. I don't know where my rockets are going. Come on, shoot! My fucking rockets are so slow, bro. Like, the game is lagging so bad now, like, he's like... Okay, where is he at now? He's
The more you damage him, if you hit his core, his void core, it's over. He's dead, instantly. Get in here. Let's go.
Oh, come on, f***ing move, dude. What? He hit me good. Fuck, no! Okay, one more chance, bro. Come on, fuck, dude. Oh, it hit me. Stop fucking lagging. Hit him. Fucking bitch, dude. Come on, if this fucking doesn't work, dude, I'm gonna cry. This has to rub it all.
Okay, is it actually possible to beat shredders that just literally destroys every physical explanation known to man? Well, yes and no. The plan was working, but I was shooting at places where I thought where his weak points are, and I thought that some of his parts were invisible. In actuality, they weren't invisible. Some of his parts were literally thousands of blocks away from him. Except for the part where he adapted and used ranged weapons against me. That decision was one of the reasons why I lost. So me and Tutu were deciding to go back to the very first prototype that I made, because one of the biggest problems on this fight, I couldn't shoot at him because I was anchored. Or I could just place little turrets on the rods of this thing and call it a day. So I took some of the weapons on the back part and put them on the new turrets. And a bit more supporting beams to weld on the box, because that is not what I want to happen ever again, you know? That was horrible. So fixing all my mistakes, I prepared to fight him again. But that was the last time I'll ever see that teleporting shredder, and he switched back to his normal shredders and fought me without cutters?
God.
Insane. He's not even using a shredder no more. And he somehow freezes himself. Now he's not using cutters. He's gonna try hard.
Did he remove his cutters?
Yeah, he removed his cutters just to fight me.
Really?
Yep. Come on, ram me, buddy. What the f just happened?
Surgeon?
What did just blow up? What just blew up?
This machine that we've made is the first machine to ever put shredders into a corner this bad. they have to resort to their base skills. And you know what? They don't have skills.
I'm gonna freeze him again. Wait. I'm gonna freeze him again. I'm gonna freeze him again.
Oh my god.
Oh, the credits, he's new. He left. No, I'm not letting him fucking respawn. I'm gonna fucking freeze him forever. Oh yeah, spawn. I dare you. I'm not fucking dare you, bro. He blacklisted me. Blacklist doesn't even work.
Oh.
This is so bad.
The anti-shredder was a success. It had beaten one of the best shredder users in Playing Crazy in the most simplest way possible. Man, I gotta be thankful for Tutu for this invention, not gonna lie to you. So I went to my Discord server to make an announcement that I have made the true anti-shredder. But when I gave news to the main community itself, well...
Brilliant minds, my ass.
Brilliant minds, my ass. Okay, buddy.
You made an Omni ball, covered it in a box, and says it's the first anti. Pathetic.
So surprisingly, they didn't really care, considering that they really love to express how much they love shredders. So basically at this point, I was just casually chatting in PCC. Something interesting was happening behind the scenes, and our informant Theo sent me what was happening on CSA's side. Voidwalker is advising everyone in CSA to avoid me at all cost. Some were confused, telling him that it can be killable with the right technique. Unfortunately for them, they didn't understand how it worked, and Voidwalker knew it would be a big mistake. So CSA was now creating a plan. At first, to silently destroy me without knowing and leave after, to basically just enrage me. Eventually, one of the members encouraged to DDoS me, and some agreed. But they were gonna do it in Playing Crazy? So they looked for leaked codes about the game that would DDoS me, and eventually they found Wing Surface and Motorblock 2. They decided to make an alt with those names. Sucks for them, we were one step ahead, and we made one of the accounts before they did. The whole reason why they're doing this is to literally prevent me from joining any Playing Crazy server by using both of those accounts? Yeah, anyways, the boys were just having too much fun trolling them anyways, but they literally made it obvious there was a spy among CSA.
Oh no, did Game literally just expose us? Come on, Game! Fuck, Game, dude! Oh, I think we're getting exposed.
Oh,
Where-
yep, I'm out of CSA. They banned me. Or
Oh,
kicked me or whatever. I wasn't any use anymore anyways.
We know what they did.
Oh, we got more than enough.
We know what they
Okay.
did.
I DM'd Rick.
So the next day, the lead developer got involved. One of the people in Lancelot knew the guy and told him about the situation. So Rick banned both Wing Surface and Motorblock 2 just for extra measures. He later told us, it doesn't even do anything. I am really starting to think the stereotypes might be true. Even though we were caught, we saw how CSA reacted. Nobody realized that a single type of block was enough to stop not only the Shredder's deadliest weapon, but its best player as well. But this wasn't the end for CSA. This was just the beginning for whatever comes next. But for now, we built something that could finally give the community a fighting chance against Shredders. So I present to you Shield Cores. There was a problem. The box was 2,500 blocks in total. Now it was similar to the ball, but surprisingly, I could still swing it around with all that weight and lag. Maybe it was all thanks to the cord that I used or something else, but the problem still, the computer power needed to use it was big. If you were to use it with an average PC... So once more, back to the drawing board. So going back to the spatula, I had a plan to make it a bit better. But some of you are looking at this, saying, isn't this another type of shredder? Well, that's a very good question, but no. Shredders are a build who uses cutters as their main weapon to destroy. It's not a cut or a slice, it grinds anything it touches to nothing. But the anti-shredder though, defends or stops shredders without the need of blades. A good one doesn't have to run to defend, it just needs to block them. So I upgraded the spatula multiple times, had some goofy ones, doing its own thing, but the best one I had so far was this. Bigger shield, more protection on all sides, and more chances at freezing shredders. So I happened to duel Void Walker again in a friend's private server. Do you know what this man did the whole fight? The man ran his most important marathon in his life. So, you know, at this point, I just simply turned my brain off. Ain't no way I was gonna play ping pong for the next 30 minutes with this guy. And you know what? Soon enough, the CSA members slowly did the same thing. Running, shooting, and doing it all over again. And some literally removed their blades just to fight me. It felt like I was the shredder in this fight. Like, I don't know, like sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. But I have never witnessed a canon event where the most powerful group in Playing Crazy runs away from a box. And you know, the whole point of this strategy was to prove how garbage the anti-shredder is by literally not acting like a shredder. Like, okay. But even after this creation changed the rules against shredders. If we look back at this meme, now with shield cores, two things can happen. Either the shield core easily wins since the shredder doesn't know, or play tag with it until you catch it or freeze it. Perfectly balanced as it should be. Shredders can't just go around shredding anything they just see. Now they always have to worry, if they ever touch something, will they freeze? So I slowly showed people about the shield cores, taught some of them how to build it, use it, and eventually make their own. Along with teaching others, I kept creating different shield core designs to either fix issues with each new design, or a different way to fight shredders, such as this one. The spatulas had a big problem when it came to blocking shredders. If you didn't swing your mouse like crazy, you would just So spin the shields was my solution, used it on a couple designs, and then I realized it was only good against storm shredders. Other than that, we made a lot of progress on the anti-shredder project. It was time to make the creation public and give the community a fighting chance against shredders. That's what I told myself a year ago. Because we found the problem. Okay, what was the problem that made me stop the whole cure against shredders? The problem wasn't its weaknesses, rather, what it's truly capable of. Because one day, while messing around with a box, the clip you're seeing right now was the box slowly frying the server so bad it became unplayable. Because the box was capable of many things, but it was a walking lag machine. If the box ever takes massive amounts of damage consistently, the server would go into a stroke. If anybody ever crashes their large anti-shredder on the fans, there is nothing you can do about it. What do I mean by nothing? I mean, both PvP servers and peaceful servers are going to get destroyed if that happens. You can't play the game properly if that happens. And worst of all, it would have destroyed Playing Crazy as well. I stopped spreading its existence, stopped using it entirely, and eventually I got bored making them, and I slowly moved on. I never told a lot of people about this story, until it was safe for everyone to learn its existence. So looking back in all of this, Playing Crazy PvP was made to be slow and simple, always fighting up close. But when people discovered the glitches that allowed them to create much deadlier vehicles, now it's just a broken mess that no one predicted. It created a great imbalance within different types of builds, with shredders being the apex predator of all creations. And as I've heard from many, they are still evolving to this day. With showcasing off the shield cores, I hope it's enough for some of you to fight back. I know it's not a perfect solution, it can be used against non-shredders, but there's a lot of weaknesses you can exploit around it. But the anti-shredder project isn't finished. It was never meant to be a box, or a spatula, or a circle thing. The whole concept would eventually be usable for any creation. Now it is up to you to finish what I couldn't.